Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. I tell you, I don't know how many of you out there woke up to an email from Appalachian saying there was a power outage in your area. But I'm one of those people that woke up to that this morning. So needless to say, I could not get ready on time. And if I look a little messy, that's why, because I had no power. But anyway, if it's your birthday today, I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. The celebrity birthdays today are the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, also Elton John, and I think I'm missing one more. Big Sean. How can I forget him? So rapper Big Sean, happy birthday to everyone. Happy birthday, Aretha, in heaven. Rest in heaven. God bless. And if it's your birthday today, a very special happy birthday to you. Anyway, since it's Monday, it's Motivational Monday, but however, I'm not too motivated this morning. But I do have a guest that is motivated all the time. And I can't wait to bring her out. You've seen her before. We will be right back with Deneen Evans. So stay tuned and stay focused. I apologize. Dr. Deneen Evans. I hate to forget that doctor part, but Dr. Deneen Evans, everybody, we'll be right back.
Go anywhere you want to go. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Go anywhere you want to go. Travel without worries. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Travels without worries. Visit us at jnktours.com or reach us by phone at 540-795-0381. J&K Tours.
How do I get to the hospital now?
Ever had to ask that question?
Black New York Cab, may I help you?
Central Virginia Yellow Cab is here to get you where you need to go. With professional and polite staff.
Where to, Miss Brown?
211 North Street.
You feel like you're with family. Call Central Virginia Yellow Cab at 434-846-8888. Central Virginia Yellow Cab. We get you there.
I can be every woman. It's all in me. Yeah. I can be every woman with Brie and B. Fashions and accessories.
Day to pee. We're back. You guys always seem to catch us when we're chit-chatting and talking about all kinds of stuff over here, but we're back, we're live. That definitely was a crazy conversation. Are we live?
We are live, dear.
We are. We just forgot to give her mic. Oh, wow. All right. So give us a second. Got to do a little mic.
Okay.
So We have Dr. Deneen Evans with us, everyone. And we are here to do Motivational Monday. And Dr. Evans specializes in mental health. So our topic today is kind of talking about how we help motivate people with mental health issues. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
You are welcome. I had water this morning and electricity, so
I did.
my Monday started out well.
What is it about Mondays?
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know. I think we used to talk about hump day and what happened with that. And I think now, because of all the stress, and we don't rest on the weekend.
Right.
So we don't rest, so everything that we took from the week before carries over to the next week.
Definitely.
So stress. We leave work at the end of the week stressed, and we started out stressed.
So what are some things we can do to ease that stress?
Sure, ease it, ease
Yes.
it. You said ease, and I started thinking about the whiz, ease on down the road. And one of the quotes that I was focused on when you asked if I could do this about Motivating Mondays, it started out with something I learned last week: our roots determine our routes.
Okay.
And then difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And a lot of times how we see ourselves in the world, it goes way back.
Okay.
It goes way back. It's pretty deeply seated, and people don't really realize a lot of that. And you start having a lot of these issues with managing stress, with anxiety, with depression and all. And we have to think about, well, this is a narrative that has been passed to us, how we're supposed to think about these things, how we're supposed to, whether we deal with it appropriately or not. Those are the messages that have been sent to us. So I always tell people it's how you want to look at mental health and mental well-being.
Okay.
If you want to be a Debbie Downer and always feeling bad, that's how you're going to be. But if you make that choice that you're going to change and you want to feel better, then you're going to start putting things in your life to start making things better for you and changing your path, changing that road that you go down.
That's easy to say, Deneen, but when you're talking to somebody that has depression, how do they snap out of being down?
Exactly. And there are two ways that we look at mental health and mental well-being. And I tell people this all the time. Everybody goes through stages of being depressed, being sad, not having energy, being anxious. Everybody has it. Nobody can ever say they never got to a point. But when we see that it's at a point that we're not able to handle life, that it's interfering, that's when we have to step in and think about getting intervention. Now, some people, I tell people all the time, with a client last week, and had to help them understand, we don't think about our mental health the way we think about our physical health.
Right.
We have family members that have diabetes. We have family members that have high blood pressure. In any of those conditions like that, we talk to them about going to the doctor. They'll go to the doctor. They'll get the medicine. They'll get the intervention that they need. But when it comes to mental health, everybody is hands off.
Oh, wow.
And we don't want to stop and think, where does some of these conditions, where do they come from? And once people start getting an education and understanding that, and family members start getting educated, then that can help people approach these difficulties. But for the most part, your normal average state of I'm in the blues, I'm not feeling well, some of that is just how we approach. What choices are you going to make, and what things are you going to start putting in your life? And I tell people all the time, there are different phases of what we call wellness.
Okay.
What kind of things do you need to be going on in your life to keep you holistically and balanced out and feeling well? And one of those is looking at emotional pieces. What kind of positive things do you keep yourself around? There are people, and I know you know them, it's like sadness and depression and bad things follow them. Every time you look around, there's something bad going on. So then you start asking people, well, why are these things following you?
Right.
What do you need to do to change your circumstances if you want to change it? So getting your emotional well-being and who's around you and helping you to manage a lot of that differently. Intellectually, what do you need to do to stimulate you? What kind of outside activities do you need to be involved in instead of just sitting in the house on the couch?
Right.
How do you get yourself out of that rut and get yourself around positive people, positive activities to give you that energy.
Because when I'm depressed, that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be as far away from people as I possibly can.
Exactly. But who is in your life that they're going to see, wow, Erica's in a deep spot. We've seen her get there. We need to go get girlfriend and get her out.
Right.
We need to go and find out what she wants to do. Is there a good movie? Do we need to go, eating, which could be a problem also. That's one of the things. But who in your tribe understands you enough that if they see you getting there, that they're going to help you develop those skills to help get you out of those ruts.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't surround ourselves with people that are confident enough and comfortable to talk to us about that. Do we have to go on break?
I think so.
Okay. I'm seeing all
I see this.
Look, the ADD around me.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Crying Out, Separation Anxiety and a Soldier's Child by Chardonnay. Aid your child in coping with separation anxiety with the help of one mother's personal experience with her own child crying out as he dealt with separation anxiety. The author Chardonnay has been immersed in the military her whole entire adult life. After growing up in their small town, she left to join the army. It became her passport to the whole world. She spent 6.5 years in the military, and after her commitment, she's proud to call Virginia home. She's also a wife and a mother of the one who motivated this book. Get your copy today by going to www.cryingout1.com.
Hey, we are Pretty Please on Broad, a classy and sassy ladies' boutique located in the heart of downtown Alta Vista, Virginia, and the worldwide interwebs. We focus on limited runs, unique fashion at affordable prices. Because as I like to say, no woman wants to show up to her event and do the who wore it better. We have recently added monogramming and embroidery services, and we can rock your fashion and help you personalize that either for your own personal items or for your small business. We focus on big city fashions, so we look at fashion from LA, from New Orleans, as we are a New Orleans inspired boutique, and we really try to focus on bringing in big city fashion without the big city price tag. So give us a call or shop us online at prettypleaseonbroad.com. Our number is 704-281-8748, and make sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram. See you at Pretty Please on Broad, located at 615 Broad Street, downtown Alta Vista, Virginia.
When you partner with Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage, you're helping shape the town you love. It's where you live, your culture, your favorite things that all come together to make it more than just buildings. It's your home. We've been part of your community since 1899. Our local lenders are your neighbors, and we're here to take care of you, your home, your neighborhood. Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage.
We're back. All right, Deneen. So I'm going to let you take it away.
Sure. Well, we were just talking about some areas of your life when we talk about mental well-being and wellness. Mm-hmm. We talked about the emotional aspects of it, intellectually, things to do to just change the activities that you're exposed to.
Right.
Workplace. There's so much stress in the workplace. Mm-hmm. And it's hard. I'm saying it's becoming difficult, especially with the climate and the culture that we're in now.
Right.
And people are really struggling in the workplace.
So why is that? What's happening in the workplace to make people struggle?
Stress, just the stress that's going on around the isms, mm-hmm. whether it's around racism or sexism, and trying to balance all of that and what to do and how to deal with all these microaggressions that are going towards you. Mm-hmm. People don't realize, and it's really easy to tell people to leave.
Right.
And that's what we used to be able to do. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, because the systems in place are not able to take care of it, because no one knows what to do. Mm-hmm. We hear all this conversation now about freedom of speech. People should have the right to say and do what they want to do. And that's infringing on the rights of people and their safety.
Right.
So there's a lot of stress in the workplace. So you know, telling people they're going to have to start getting tribes at work, getting those safety nets at work, finding people, really advocating for themselves and for their coworkers in the workplace, because we're in a challenging time.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
how to let go of work. Someone told me years ago, the only thing you need from your job is a paycheck. But I think people go into the workplace looking for friendships, looking for happiness, looking for things that they're not getting on the outside.
Right.
And, you know, you just can't do that. You know, you need to go to your job, do your work, be respectful, and leave that job. And again, have those outside outlets for you. And that one piece that we know in terms of that physical, how are we balancing our health? How are we taking care of our health preventatively? What are we doing in terms of eating right? We like sugar. I like sugar. But I know what happens. When you get sad or you get upset, what do?
You eat
Comfort
sugar.
food.
You want candy. I always want Hershey's.
Those comfort foods, whether it's the chocolates, whether it's the greasy food that makes you feel really good when you eat it. But all of those things depress you.
That's the most challenging part.
Yes. So
I saw on Facebook today, a Facebook friend of mine, he said he had cut sugar for a month, right? He was congratulating himself for that. And I was like, wow, well, how did it make you feel? And he said, you know, he did it for carbs. But I was trying to figure out how it made him feel mentally, because I've heard that it can do wonderful things for you mentally.
Yes.
So.
And knowing the good carbs, you know, knowing different fruits, knowing whole grains and eating things like that. So once again, it's a mindset. It's how do we change our mind instead of having all the junk foods. And I'm talking, I said to my husband last night, I said, God, I forgot I brought those cheese doodles at the grocery store. I should have been saying, oh, I forgot I had the banana and the apples downstairs. Go get that.
Right.
And start eating. But it's a mindset. How do we start seeing things? What do we connect with food? How was food introduced to us as a child and all? And once again, changing our mind. What are we doing about our medical care? Are we getting our checkups? Or are we waiting? And by the time we wait and we go to the doctors and get checked, we're getting bad news.
That's true.
So how do we keep up with our preventative health and making sure getting exercise?
But then a lot of people can't afford health care.
Exactly.
They don't have the right doctors.
Exactly.
They don't have health insurance.
And again, that adds to the stress.
Absolutely.
But there are things in the community where we can look to community health care settings where you can go.
Absolutely.
And get
I
that
always
taken
tell them
care
Bradley
of.
Free Clinic is definitely one.
There's several that are around where people can go and get that type of help. Or even negotiating with your healthcare provider. We'll bargain for a lot of things. How do you go in? A lot of our healthcare providers know that things are stressful. And going to them, especially if it's somebody you've had a long-term relationship with, and saying, what can I do to, you know, pay a reduced fee? And sometimes they will work with you.
Right.
They'll work with you on that.
Now, what about as far as mental health? How does one get mental health help if they do not have insurance?
And again, there are a lot of community-based mental health community organizations. There's Blue Ridge Behavioral Health Center. So there are a lot of places where you can go and they can work with you on a sliding scale fee to get those services. And I say the same thing. Sometimes if it's someone you know, a provider, talk to them. And if they know that you're dealing with some more serious complications, they will work with you on those arenas as well. But I think there's a lot that we can start doing to take charge and take ownership over a lot of things in our lives. And sometimes people just feel helpless.
Yeah,
they feel helpless, they feel lost. So getting with support groups. Support groups socially can just be a group of friends that work to empower one another. We all have that one friend that will motivate you to no end.
Absolutely.
Surround yourself with those good energies, I say. Those people that give off that good vibe and that good energy sometimes. And just making yourself knowledgeable. I tell people all the time, it's what is important to you. If you are important to you, then you're going to prioritize yourself first. And that's where that spirituality piece comes. And a lot of people think when we talk about spirituality, we think about religion.
Right.
For some people, have an organized religion and a church family around them, people that believe in what they do is good. But spirituality could mean getting involved with yoga, learning yoga, doing meditation.
Absolutely.
Going outside and hiking. A lot of things like that are very spiritual because it's putting you in tune with nature and in tune with a higher spirit. So how do we do that? What kind of things do we find that are free? You can hike for free You can
go on YouTube, right? For yoga.
You can do yoga on YouTube. There's tons of things out there.
Meditation, YouTube again, right?
And Calm on your cell phone.
Oh, your app, yes.
Those apps.
I have the app Calm. I do.
Dr.
Denise told me about that app.
There are tons of apps. There are tons of things, but it's about getting in tune with you. Once you prioritize you and stop prioritizing, we prioritize everything other than ourselves.
Yes.
Once we start prioritizing ourselves and taking control of ourselves, then you start seeing things happen. Again, when we're dealing with people that have serious medically underlying issues around mental health, that's where doctors come in.
Okay.
And we cannot be afraid anymore to look at, and I know I am not a medicine taker.
Right.
But sometimes you need it.
Yeah,
sometimes,
absolutely.
just like you need the insulin for diabetes or you need the medicine for high blood pressure, sometimes we need whatever that kind of medicine is, intervention for our mental health as well.
And we'll talk about that in just a second. We'll be right back, everybody.
It's something that I have, it's something that I was born with, and something that I may always have, may not. I don't know what's in the future for me, only God knows.
Sean and I have been together for 10 years. It has affected every aspect of our life together.
Much more now than I did 31 years ago when my son was diagnosed.
I know that it's an inherited blood disease.
Where some of the red blood cells become crescent-shaped, like the crescent moon or a sickle.
It causes pain crises, it affects organs, it affects every aspect of life.
It could be your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your cousin. Anyone and everyone is affected by this. Basically, I just want to get the word out.
Apple Ridge Farm. Our passion is to reach out to the underserved youth in our communities, transforming their lives through educational, cultural, and outdoor experiences. We build self-esteem through academic support and success, and with self-esteem comes the belief that our children can reach their dreams. At Apple Ridge Farm, our job is to see the amazing seeds of potential in our youth until they can see that in themselves. Children are our future, and Apple Ridge Farm is committed to continue helping kids grow. For more information, visit appleridge.org today.
The Bradley Free Clinic provides free, compassionate, and high-quality medical, dental, pharmaceutical, and preventative health care services for Roanoke Valley residents who lack the resources necessary to maintain their health and productivity using volunteer healthcare professionals. Check them out on their website at bradleyfreeclinic.com.
All right, we're back. So we've covered so much, but my last question is, what are the most common types of mental health issues right now?
Sure. There's a lot of issues with depression that we see, all different forms of depression. And like I said, depression can come from situational depression, whether someone's grieving over a loss, whether you're looking at a college student and they're doing poorly in classes. But usually those types of depression, they will resolve themselves within a certain amount of time.
Right.
You should not be walking around 6 months later still not being able to motivate yourself to get out of bed, or not able to eat, or crying spells and so on. But when you start seeing these moods that have been long-term, and you've seen patterns of this in people, and when you see it that's going on more than 6 months and it's prolonged, that's when people need to really start looking at getting intervention with a mental health provider. And as we said, mental health providers, you can go in and you can just have counseling, behavioral counseling, talking to you. Sometimes talk therapy is all you need, and that is not talk therapy with your BFF, because you need someone that's going to be objective, someone that is going to look at you, talk to you about things that your best friend is not going to talk to you necessarily about. if the behavioral piece isn't working, then sometimes people need to have intervention with medications. We see a lot of issues with depression, with anxiety, where whether or not it's people that just get very anxious, they have a lot of anxious behavior, nervous a lot, jittery, that can go into people having panic attacks where they have to leave from areas where they get very unsettled, sweating, and so on. A lot of that, when people see it and it's ongoing, they really need to have some more of a medicinal intervention, pharmaceutical intervention. People are afraid to take meds.
I don't like meds.
Neither
I don't like
do
how
I.
they make me feel.
Neither do I.
So.
But what I say is, what is your other option? To continue feeling like this and being paralyzed? Or do you take something to help you get through? And it doesn't mean that you have to be on these things for a lifetime.
Right.
It could just be short term until you develop the skills to recognize, oh, well, when are these attacks coming on? What is going on that is triggering it? How do I manage it ahead of time? Do I walk away? Do I meditate? Do I get that Calm app out that you were talking about and focus on it? Do I redirect how I'm thinking about this thing? And so on. So there are ways, but a lot of these issues around mental health, people should not try to deal with it by themselves.
Right.
They should not think that they are crazy. They need to think about it the same way we think about diabetes, the same way we think about high blood pressure. Something in my body is not regulated, and I need to get a doctor, a mental health provider in to help. I'm at Comprehensive Counseling, and we have an array of counselors there that work across the lifespan on a lot of different issues with clients, and we stay busy.
Well,
and
that's awesome.
Like I said, this is the time that we're dealing with people that are having stress from so many different directions.
Okay. Now, I'm sure there are people out there, like I said, that don't have insurance that watch the show. Some people that might have insurance that watch the show. What all do you accept where you work?
Sure. We accept all types of insurance, Medicaid, private pay. I accept Medicaid or work by sliding scale with clients coming in to see me. Currently, I have the PhD in social work. I've done this work forever, but now I'm working towards supervision, where I'm working under the supervision of Susan Witt, who is the owner of the practice. And what that means is that it's like I'm in residency. So just like when you go to your doctor's office or to the hospital and they say there's a resident, I'm in residency right now. And that goes for a period of a couple of years, and then you're able to work independently. So that's why I'm in that situation where I can take Medicaid or just sliding scale.
So for people who don't really know what a sliding scale is,
we look at your income and your ability to pay, and we base it off of that. Yes.
Well, that's awesome.
Great.
So there's no excuse for anybody now. They're making it easier for you to have these things. So please, 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 if you need help, or if you know someone that needs help, or someone just to talk to, have them contact Dr. Deneen. Do you want to tell them your phone number?
Sure, I will. Thank you. Thanks for that shout out.
Absolutely.
We're Comprehensive Counseling Services, 1115 First Street in Roanoke, Virginia, and our number is 540-343-0004, and we are on the web under Comprehensive Services.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get you to come back on Mondays?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to have Deneen come back because mental health is a big deal right now. Some people aren't doing anything at all about it, and that's not good for you. So we're going to have these topics with Dr. Deneen on Mondays. So until tomorrow, everybody, God bless.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You don't have to come every Monday.
Go back in time and in style with our tastefully remodeled caboose cars. Whether you're looking for a romantic getaway, dream wedding night, or simply a stay in the beautiful mountains of Southwest Virginia, you won't be disappointed with the Caboose Bed and Breakfast at Apple Ridge. For more information, call or visit appleridge.org today.